Hello, hello, my friends. How are you all tonight? It's great to see you. Hello, Miss Angela and Miss Deborah, Miss Mary. Hello, Miss Sherry. How are you tonight? Welcome in. What are you all working on? I have loads of projects going on as per usual. I just finished another Kraken hat. I started another curtain. I'm just now starting one of those bag, like the plastic bag holders. One of my girlfriends in Wisconsin wanted one. So I thought I would give you guys an option whether you would like the Stitch of the Month tutorial to be just the stitch itself, or if you would like it in a tutorial format, such as making a headband or making one of these plastic bag holders. I am going to try to put up a poll here in just a little bit so that you guys can vote on that and I can see a clear result of that. Um, and then get that hopefully recorded tomorrow. I did get the room set up today so that I can start recording. I want to start recording in my spare room um, because this table, my craft table, is quite frankly always full of crap. So to do a tutorial on this table, I have to spend half the day taking everything off this table and putting it somewhere else to, then try to record over here and, um, you know, pain in the butt. And then I can't find half of my stuff. I was supposed to have a bag done, but I didn't get the bag done because I can't find my rotary cutter. So the king bought me a new rotary cutter. So now I can go ahead and get the bags made. Pain in the tuchus. But, you know, first world problems, right? Nothing major, nothing that there's, really is to complain about. I just ain't getting things done as fast as I like to get them done. And I've seen a couple of super chats. Thank you, Miss Sherry, and thank you, Miss Sally. I will get you wrote down. And we are picking our winner tonight from last month's um entries. Mm, thank you very much. Cooking and listening. Ooh, yummy. I hope that you are making something wonderful. I'm sure you are. I cheated again tonight. We had leftovers. Tomorrow night I'll have to cook again. I'm going to be making some calzones. The king had asked for them for this week. So, if that's what he wants, that's what I'll make them. I don't have a problem doing that whatsoever. So, hello, Miss Demetra and Miss Jennifer. How are you? And Moonbow Warts and Knits. Okay, that's an interesting name. I've probably Moonbow Arts and Knits. There we go. That was much better than the first way I read that. But welcome in, everybody. It's great to see you. Hello, Miss Demetra. Thank you very much, sweetheart. Yeah. I don't know. It is definitely time for new glasses. I'm for real, for real. It was time for new glasses last year, and I got mad at the eyeglass place, so I didn't get them. This year, it's definitely time for new glasses. Let's see. If I clean them off, maybe I can see the screen a little bit better. So now we have a set of Krakens. These guys will be leaving here hopefully in the next few days and heading off to their forever home. I've made several of these hats now and have not made myself one yet, but let's mess up my hair some. There we go. Oops. There we go. So we got lots and lots of warmth. This area here is double strands of 4-weight acrylic. So in South Carolina, I would be sweating buckets wearing this hat, but it is super, super cute. And he looks pretty fierce. Yep, don't fear the Kraken. And I like to put a little something in this bit. Like if you were a lady with a lot more hair than I have, and you put your hair in that bit so that it would stay like fluffed up, I think that would look so wicked, so cool. But we have this one here, which I used hot red for this bit and cherry red for underneath. I know it's not showing a huge difference in the coloring in the camera, but it is actually a good bit noticeable in person. I love how his legs curl up. And it's crazy how every single one of them turns out different. This one here is actually a little bit bigger. Same Red Heart Super Saver yarn, double stranded, same size hook, but this one came out a bit bigger. And it's just the size difference in the yarn because of the dye. But here we go. So we got the blue one. And this one we used a light blue and then a royal blue. So I'm sure my friend will have all kinds of fun with that. For the eyes, I did cheat. Instead of embroidering the pupil onto the eye, I used puff paint. Way easier. And this hat, like, it's not hard to make. It really isn't. Now, crocheting the 2 layers of legs together, definitely not my favorite thing in the world to do. Really hurts my hands. The double strands of 4-weight acrylic really hurts my hands. It's too big of a yarn for me. And then you have to use a 6.5 millimeter hook. Again, that's too big for me. It's too heavy. It hurts my hands. My friend did want a couple more of these. Unfortunately, I had to tell him that I wasn't going to be able to fulfill that, as it was hurting my hands too much to continue to make a couple more. I do charge, a fair bit for them, but even that amount of money isn't worth the hand paint I was going through to make them. And my friend did understand, and I'm grateful for that because, you know, you hate to disappoint anybody. Let's see here. Get back to my other page and think I gotta get you wrote down, Miss Deborah. Okay. There we go. So altogether, we had 69 people get entered last month between the ones that are given away and the super sticker, super chats, and PayPals and stuff like that. I appreciate all the donations. It does help out a great bit with sending off fun stuff. And just as a reminder of to the person that does win this prize pack, one of the things that you have won is a night crafting with me. So just let me know what day or night, evening, whatever works best for you. Now, early mornings don't work real well for me. Late afternoon through the middle of the night works best for me. But just let me know what works best for you, and we will pick a platform that you're comfortable with and sit and chat and hang out and craft together. If you want to discuss what kind of crafts we want to do that night beforehand, we can email back and forth and whatnot. Just reach out to me and let me know. I'll go through this prize pack before we pick our winner, and then we will draw our winner for this. Okay, so I put in a large bag set. This little cute little fluffy guy, he's adorable. Even if you don't know who he is, he's adorable. I can't remember his name. I know he's from the last Airbender, and I'm sure there's someone in the chat that knows who he is, but I don't remember. But he is super cute. And there is a notions pouch inside with this one. And we have a nice blue on the inside. Of course, there's our notions pouch. And this is a zippered tote style bag. Hello, Miss Flower Tammy. Great to see you. And Allie Cat Crochet, welcome in. And Carrie Penderson, welcome in. Anybody else that I missed while I was chit-chatting? Miss Amy, welcome in. And then we have, oh, there's Noelle and Dee. Hey, sweetheart. And Cindy Lulu. We have a nice pack of yarn. Now, this is some bamboo silk. It's a number 3 weight. And let's see, it's petunia pink. And there are 65 grams per little, I don't know, whatever you want to call that. And it's 2.2 ounces, approximately 102 yards per one. So that should make you a decent top. Or, you know, if you've got a little to make for, it would make a really cute little outfit. We also have this tote bag, which is a smaller tote bag. And thank you very much, Miss D. We have a keychain lanyard. We have a small bag or a hook and needle bag. We have some cake cozies to keep your cakes nice and cozy. Some tea and some wonderful stickers. So that is what our winner is winning tonight, as well as, like I said, a craft night with me at their convenience. Let's see, we have 69, so we got to, all right. Number 7 was preloaded. We have from 1 to 69, and we are going to generate number 2. Oh, that's hilarious. Do you see that right there? Miss Deborah Richardson. You won, sweetheart. I will put it with the other bag that you're coming to pick up here eventually. Congratulations, sweetheart. And thank you very much for your kind donations and wonderful support on the channel. It's very much appreciated. We'll get rid of those because we know she will claim her prize, so I don't need to pick those out anymore. Let me get Miss D wrote down. And thank you very much, Miss D, for the gifted memberships. I will head on over to the YouTube side so I can see who got those. Well, we got Moonbow Arts and Knits. We got Mimi Loves Crochet, Mork and Mandy, Susan Lawless, and Deidre Kelly. Welcome to the crowd, guys. Welcome in. Let's see if I can figure this out. Okay. Come on now. Okay, I'm starting a poll. Don't pay attention to the yes or no. This is for the stitch of the month. Would you want a tutorial of a bag holder, or would you want a tutorial of a like a headband? Oh, Miss Nisi, welcome in, welcome in. And Gizlet, welcome in. Ah, well, okay, never mind. Mm-mm-mm. I think I got that. Like the plastic bag holder, like you put your used Walmart bags in, so you can pull them out the bottom and use one, and then fill it up at the top and have a place to put your I don't. One of my girlfriends asked me for one, so I'm going to be making one. I figured I could use the stitch that I used for the headband to make that up. And if you guys wanted to see that, I could make that into a tutorial as I'm doing it, or I can just whip up another headband that's not, that would be, either way would be pretty easy to do in like an afternoon of recording a tutorial and whatnot. Hmm. Oh, goodness. I'm actually was working on it. Uh, I was in Diana D's Monday Makes and I was working on it. I probably had a good 10 rows and then I decided that it wasn't quite big enough. So, I had to frog it all out and hi, Jen. How are you, sweetheart? Yeah, I see it, Miss Sherry. Thank you very much. I'm trying to bop it as fast as I can catch it. It seems, I'm officially a full-grown YouTuber now. I have my own personal scumbag that comes into the chat every night. No, Miss Jen, you're good. You're fine. You didn't do anything. It just happened as you came in, there was a scumbag in the chat. Where is it? Hey, Scandalous. Sandra, right? I hope so. I'm so awful with names. Yeah, it's, people with low self-esteem, low IQ, low manners, stuff like that. No, it's probably because I bopped him. Right as you came in, I bopped him, so something might have got confused. Anyways, Hello, Miss Nessa. Welcome in, sweetheart. Something fun rather to bring our minds back to good stuff. Well, Miss Nisi got one in Helix. And let's see, Sandrine, the Mosaic Queen, and Steve from Harnell Media. He is the sponsor of my website. Very awesome person and really awesome to work with. Welcome in, everybody. And just as a reminder, the YouTube picks who gets the membership, not the YouTuber. But welcome into everybody, and I appreciate YouTube for allowing us to give 10 memberships away a month. I like to give away 5 at the beginning of the month and 5 either in the middle or the end of the month, just to kind of keep it broke up a little bit and have something fun to do. And I think we should pull up a door from the house. I have reset the house and I have lessened some of the things, lessened the amount of times things repeat. Like I think at most there's at 2 times it might repeat in the house. So there's not as many stickers in the house. There's not as many stitch markers and stuff like that. There are bigger prizes that we have spent time making over the last month and whatnot. And I'm going to keep making stuff to go in there as we go through the prizes that we have. I will make more prizes to put in there. And one of the prizes that I snuck in there was a bar of my homemade soap. Now, my soap doesn't have any dyes or any fragrance in it because, well, my skin is extremely sensitive and I can't have a lot of scents and dyes on my skin. So it is a nice cleansing bar of soap, but won't leave a smell on you afterwards. It is made with lye and whatnot, but it works really, really nice. And I like shave my legs and whatnot with it, and my legs feel really nice and smooth when I get done. So it's great for that, or just cleaning your hands. But we'll see if we can find that sometime this month in the Prize House. Now, if you don't know what the Prize House is, we have 31 doors to pick from. And let's see, Miss Bonnie just came in the chat. So, Miss Bonnie, would you pick a number 1 through 31 for us? Because we don't have any doors picked out of the house yet this month. We can pick any one of them whatsoever. Number 8. All right, that one's up here in the roof line. Oh, look at that. Starting off strong for the month. We have a medium bag. Okay, there we go. We have some handsome tattooed sailors. There we go. Nice little tote bag with some snaps at the top. I really like the art on this fabric. I think the art on the sailors themselves, or the fellers, they got some really neat tattoo work done. And here is a pretty cool. I like this saying here: when love is not madness, it is not love. If the love of your life doesn't make you feel crazy, is it really love? I knew it was love when I could roll my eyes and tell him to quit talking like a damn sausage. And I know that sounds funny, but my grandma used to tell my grandpa that all the time. When he would start talking out the side of his mouth and giving her guff, she would just roll her eyes and tell him, Joseph, quit talking like a damn sausage. And the way that them two loved each other was absolutely amazing. And I can very much do that with the king. I can roll my eyes at him and tell him, don't you start your shit with me. And, just all kinds of, got to, be all sassy and poke fun at him all the time. And he pokes fun back at me. And we have a really great relationship. So, yeah, it's really love when you can tell them to not to talk like a sausage. And my camera AI is going a little crazy because I'm talking with my hands again. That's right. And he's always telling me I'm bougie and how he taught, he showed me that it was okay to be a country, be out in the country and not be in the city all the time. And, meanwhile, I grew up on the farm in Wisconsin milking cows. And, but, he's always giving me guff and picking at me just the same like I pick at him. And that's why we get along so well. That's right. Just tell him, hush, you. or sometimes he'll grab my goat just so he can get me worked up, so he can go, there it is. There's the Wisconsin coming out again. Because he says you can hear my Wisconsin accent a lot more when I'm worked up about something than in my everyday speech. So I am sure you will, Miss Deborah. I'm sure you will. He is 50 classes away from finishing his schooling, doing awesome at work. He's really enjoying learning everything that he's been learning at work, even though there are times he comes home and his brain is like on definite overload and he's like, I just need to eat and go to bed, which I can completely respect and understand because man, he's cramming in a whole lot of knowledge. Because at his job they have to do a lot more than what they do as at it in a lot of companies. Yes, Miss Princess Penelope has finally fallen asleep. She was in there throwing a fuss a little while ago, probably about 20 minutes before I turned live on. I thought about bringing her in here. We are working on button training. I don't know if you guys have ever seen some of the shorts where the dogs or the pigs, they hit the button to tell their owner whatever that button says, like they want a treat, they need to go potty, I love you, whatever that particular owner or that particular animal has been able to learn. Right now, we are using one button, and her button says treat, please. I figured treat, please would be the easiest one for her to learn and pick up on and correlate the what the button, using the button versus what does she get. Um, so she is working on hitting her button and getting her treat, please. And we have been using some Cheerios or Tostios, generic Cheerios, and some generic Honey Nut Cheerios. She really, really likes them. And, the dogs like them too. Um, of course, they eat them more out of jealousy than they actually want the Cheerio. But she is also working on sitting on command. She is working on dancing. And we are working on sitting pretty because my dogs will sit pretty. They sit on their bums and they sit straight up like a person with their feet, straight out in front of them and they're straight up and down. They will sit like that for a treat or for attention. So, of course, she's seen them doing that and she started to do it. Um, so if she wants to learn that one, I will work on her with that one as well. We've also been working on messing with her paws. So come time, or her hooves. So come time, it's time for her to have a nail trimming or a filing. Hopefully she will be okay with it because she is used to us messing with her feet. We're probably going to add another button in the next day or two, which is the go outside button. Um, so that she has a way of communicating with me that she needs to go outside and do her business. She is doing really well with using her litter pan when she's in the laundry room. She's fairly decent if she's really good if I stay directly on top of her throughout the entire house. But she still needs a lot of, okay, it's been, 30 minutes or an hour. We need to go back outside. So I don't really have a way of knowing at this time that she needs to go out. So we are going to add that button in here pretty soon, and hopefully she will pick up on that just as quickly as she's picked up on everything else. She is going up and down stairs already. She picked up on that pretty quickly. And yes, they are so very smart. And hello, Miss Denise. And I understand for lurking very much. Thank you very much for coming on in and saying hello. Yeah, the piggies are so smart. Yeah, my dogs have a bell outside. Actually, hanging the bells is what got me started crocheting. And hello, Miss Deidre. Um, but if she goes out in the kitchen and rings bells, I'm not gonna hear them. That's the only issue I've had with my dogs and the bells. Thankfully, the dogs have learned to come up and like Coco comes up and she'll get really annoying. Like she'll get up in your face and she wants to put her nose like in your face and you put her down and she'll get back up and get in your face. And you put her down, she gets back up and gets in your face. Generally, that's her, hey, I need to go outside. You need to pay attention to me. And if you ask her if she needs to go out, she will jump and spin and dance around like crazy. So you know, okay, she needs to go out. Khaleesi will generally do something quite similar to that, but she's quite happy usually just to wait until someone else goes out. She hasn't got an old lady bladder yet like Coco. Coco has definitely become an old dog where she needs to go out a little more frequently now. But they're pretty good about telling me. Let's see. What did our poll, the outcome of our poll? Let me see that. Okay, everyone says bag holder. All right. Well, I will start on that tutorial tomorrow. And thank you very much for your votes. I started another macrame curtain. I'm just starting with cutting all the cords and putting them all on the rod. What I'm planning on doing for that one, because it's on a much higher window, a much smaller, higher window. It's above my kitchen sink. I'm planning on just putting the curtain rod between a couple chairs and doing the macrame at ground level and then just putting the curtain rod up after I've completed the project. Doing it that way, I should be able to record a little bit easier because I'm not going to have to go up and down the ladder plus try to manage a camera, and it's a whole thing. I'm not very good with all that. I wish I had a camera person and an editor, as if I could afford any of that. And I did go back through and I cut the curtains off and retied. They're not 100% even. If I'm doing anything, it is not going to be 100% perfect. I don't even shoot for perfection. I just do the very best that I can. So it does, a little bit, but I'm happy with the end results, and that's what matters. And hello, Susan. Welcome in. I am using some macrame cord that I got off of Amazon. I can tell you exactly what it is. I pull up my Amazon. Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, let me see. No, not there. Hmm. Aha, there it is. Okay, it's the ad is called macrame cord 5 millimeter. It's 328 yards for the big cord of it. Um, It's 4-strand twisted macrame cotton cord for wall hanging, plant hangers, crafts, gift wrapping, wedding decors. It's 5 millimeters by 300 meters. And that's what that looks like. And yes, you can use acrylic yarn, you can use cotton yarn. Now it depends on the project that you're doing, if it's going to hold up long term and look like it does, you know, in a couple years from now as it does when you finished it. Um, Acrylic is going to stretch out. So if you're, putting a heavy pot, a plant in a pot, and you made a, hanging pot holder, you're definitely going to want to use cotton, or the nylon cording, because it's a lot stronger. Now, if you're using macrame to hold, or for like a wall hanging, for like, oh shoot, I think I know that's nailed to the wall. Where'd it go? There it is. If you're using macrame to make a cute little decoration for your car or for your wall or your office or something like that, something like this, you can definitely use acrylic yarn for this. Something that's not going to be in the sunlight, something that's not going to have weight pulled down on it. Um, you know, this, would be definitely appropriate for acrylic yarn. And this is going in the prize pack, in the prize bin as well. I just got it a little kit, and I thought the little patterns were cute. I wanted to learn how to do the patterns, so I bought the kit more for the patterns than the kit itself, but I think it kind of came out neat looking. Hello, Miss Sandrine. Thank you, Miss Mimi. Get you wrote down. That's Mimi Tammy. And Unique Amazing Stripes, welcome in. You've probably been here a while, snuck in and I didn't see you. She says, hey girl, hey. To our Miss Sandrine, the Mosaic Queen. We gotta go over here. Okay. We're gonna start collecting names for our draw for the night. So if you would like a chance to get in for the live draw for the month, please type in Princess. You can type it in a couple times. Make sure that it picks you up. And if your name gets drawn, you don't have to do anything. All you have to do is make sure you come back the first live of next month to see if your name got picked. I like to give out some free ones just to say thank you for coming in and spending time with me. I appreciate everybody that comes in and spends time with me every week. I have started working on the magic library that Miss Lulu Cindy sent me. I have been recording as I've been going. It is going to be a super long video because, yeah, I was working on it all night last night and a good bit of today. And I'm just now getting to where I'm about halfway done. Um, so I'm probably going to have to speed up the video or do some like cutting of parts out or stuff like that because I know nobody's going to want to sit through a, 16 to 18-hour video. Yeah, that's a bit ridiculous. But the library will look really cool when it's done, I'm sure. Because it's looking pretty neat already. I'm really enjoying it. Now there was a lot of very tedious things to do in this kit. I had to fussy cut out all the pictures, and then glue them on to the little pieces of wood. And for every book, for every picture, for everything in this kit, pretty much, that's what it was. It was cutting out all the little pieces and gluing them to the pieces to build the pieces to make it all go together. If you enjoy tedious things the way that I enjoy those kinds of things, I love getting stuck into a really tedious project. Oh, I don't know what it is about me, but it's like I can't let it beat me. So I just got to go and go and go until it's all done and put together and looks amazing. It's been fun. I just, I needed a little bit of a break after I finished the red kraken. My hands were hurting pretty bad. And I'm like, you know what? I've got that house from Miss Cindy. Let me go ahead and put that together. I've also been rearranging the house a little bit. Um, Moving some things around in my plant room, setting up my altar and everything in there. So I've got lots of moonlight and whatnot coming into the room. It's such a pretty room. And I have all my plants out there, of course. So I love being around that. And my great big spinning wheel, Miss Gloria, is out there, named for my grandma. So I have all kinds of things that make me very happy and very peaceful out there. So I'm trying to get that space set up in the most cohesive yet functional way as possible. It is a small room with a whole lot crammed into it for sure, especially with as big as some of my plants are. I have a few of them that are bigger than I am. So they take up a bit of space, but I absolutely love them and couldn't live without them. Um, but I'm also rearranging the kitchen and getting that all straightened out. It's in bulk this time of year, which is a celebration of the goddess Bridget, and she is my favorite goddess. So I enjoy celebrating in bulk. I go through and smudge the house and clean the energy in the house, and it makes me feel ready for spring, ready to tackle that spring cleaning and all that kind of fun stuff. I've been kind of working on spring cleaning some crafts out of the way so that I can get into some other things that I need to get done and get into some things that I want to get done because they've been on the back burner with the needs to get done things for so long. It's been busy, busy, busy around here, but I am loving every minute of it. Hello, Mr. Zach. Welcome in. You're and everybody's stuff should be going out sometime this week. We're gonna start drawing. We have 24 entries. Good luck, everybody. We're gonna draw 5 names. Miss Demetra. Congratulations. Mateo, congratulations. D, congratulations. Miss Deborah, congratulations. Last but not least, we have Miss Mary, congratulations. All right, I just wanted to double check, make sure that I got everything I needed to get from this side. Go. Take that down. There we go. Well, congratulations, everybody. I will get started recording on the tutorials tomorrow. I'm going to start with the crochet one because I had planned on having it done today, but then, I said I needed a little break from some crochet. So I'm going to get that started tomorrow. And then hopefully once I get that one cracked out, I will get the lanyard done for you as well. I think it was maybe a half an inch. Now the king went out there and he said it was like 2 inches, but the snow sat on top of the grass and he measured to the bottom of the grass. So that's not really fair, because there's a lot of space between the grass and the ground. But yeah, overall it was like a half an inch. It was enough to make the roads dangerous, especially for people that don't know how to drive in it. I don't have a problem driving in the snow. Matter of fact, I got my driver's license in a fresh foot and a half of snow, and the dead set of winter. So, you know, uh, I don't have a problem with, you know, Wisconsin driving or, winter driving, I should say. The people around here, however, can't drive in the rain. It's just really not a safe place to be on roads. So, and there was no bread, no eggs, no milk, no coffee creamer. Like the store was completely wiped out as if Armageddon had hit. So that's why I had to do the little short video of our Blizzard 26, Miss Oodles Vicky. Oh, Miss Vicky, look what I got. I've been waiting to hopefully see you because I haven't made a video yet. I went to my post office box the other day and I don't check it very often because, well, there's generally not anything in there to check it for. Not complaining, just saying. But this day there was something in there. I had this beautiful postcard from Miss Oodles Vicky. So I was hoping to see you so I could tell you thank you very, very much. I absolutely love it. And now that I have seen you, I can put this in my special card box, my memory box, and I will pull it out the next time I'm needing a little hug from all my friends. I like to go through my card box and stuff like that and um just read, go through and just read my little notes and my cards and stuff like that. I'm a sappy person like that. Like a sappy card will get me crying like no other. Yeah, I had to get so desperate that I had to buy Starbucks creamer rather than the creamer that I like. And then I had to go over and I had to find some of the star peppermint candies so that I could have peppermint mocha, not just mocha. Yeah, it was a whole thing. I made it work. I made it work, but it's not as good as my regular coffee. I'm not a fan of the Starbucks creamers or the Starbucks coffee, if I'm going to be honest. That's why I make my own coffee, my own cold brew at home because it actually is cold brew. And I'm a coffee snob. I'm gonna be straight up honest. That is one thing I am very bougie about. My coffee. Like you cannot put coffee in a coffee pot, brew hot coffee, and then put it over ice and tell me that it's cold brew. That ain't gonna fly. Yeah, so yeah. I had quit the coffee for over a year. I was doing really, really good, and then I had one. It's so much better, isn't it, Miss Carrie? When you make it at home, it's so much better. Oh, for sure. Coffee snob all the way. Like I am I will get into the dirt and muck around like you wouldn't believe. Like I don't care. I'd wear name brand stuff out in the pig pen. I don't care. But when it comes to my coffee, if it ain't right, mm-mm. Yeah, it's a cold brew or nothing kind of girl. Ever since I tried it, because the cold brew doesn't have the bitter bite as a hot coffee does or coffee brewed with hot water. You get the nice coffee flavor without that bitterness. So, right. Yeah, no, it's not my favorite either. Well, good night, Izzy and Adriana. Good night, Miss Vicky. Man, Miss Sherry makes hers hot and then cools it down. I know a lot of people that like it that way. It's really good, Miss Sally. It really is. It takes a lot more coffee though. Like you got to use a lot more coffee grounds. I use coffee filter bags and I pack the coffee into the bag and I use 2 bags for 1 gallon. But you know, I like it. Good night, Misty. Yeah, I'm gonna head out of here pretty soon, so I can get some stuff done tonight. And I got a little something in the mail today, so I got to try it out. One of my friends told me there was some good puzzles in this game, so after I get a few things knocked off my to-do list, I'm gonna treat myself with a couple hours of game time tonight. Uh, you know, that's always fun. But we are going to start drawing 3 people from the replay. So after this video goes into replay mode, come back and leave a comment, any comment, no specific word, just leave a comment. And next week, before I come on at 8:30, I will go through and draw 3 people, and they will be put onto the list as well. I realized that I have quite a few people that do come back and they'll leave a comment, and people that do come in and didn't get to come live, but do watch the replay. Miss Wanda often comes back and watches the replay because she's at work a lot of times while we're live. And I want to appreciate them as well. So the best way I can do that is to give them a chance to be in on our giveaway as well. And I think 3 is a nice number to start with. If we get, an extreme amount of comments, like, 30 or better, then we'll pick 5 people instead. But we'll play it by ear and see how it goes and all that kind of fun stuff. I am 160 away from 2K. So I'm going to be planning a 2K giveaway, fun event. Hopefully we'll be able to do that this year because I've been this close for quite some time, but it has started here lately, starting to inch forward a little bit by bit. So hopefully we will be able to capitalize on some momentum and keep going in the right direction. All I can do is keep making pretty things, and the video quality is what the video quality is. I'm probably never going to get much better at the editing. As much as I try, that is not a strong suit of mine. I can make the beautiful things, but doing all the editing, the tech side, not so easy. Some Little Debbie's creamer. They had Christmas tree cake flavor marked down to $1.50. Well, how was that, Miss Sherry? I would think that, those Little Debbie snack cakes are so sweet. I wonder I bet that creamer is really sweet too. Of course, creamer is really sweet. Even the one I like is really sweet. I had seen them. I am just really fussy, and I've tried a couple of them, couple different flavors, and I've never really been a fan. I like French vanilla. I like hazelnut. But ever since I got onto the peppermint mocha, that's pretty much where I've been at. That's my favorite. Because I like the peppermint flavor, but I like the little bit of chocolate flavor as well. And I no longer put any kind of sugar in my coffee because, I have plenty of sugar with the creamer and the little dash of dark chocolate that I put in there. Yeah, technology is hard, isn't it, Miss Deborah? Like, seriously. Vanilla caramel. Now that would be a yummy combination. I do like caramel, and I really do like vanilla. They're pretty good about keeping it around me. I have like 3 or 4 stores. If this store don't have it, I'll go to that store. If that store don't have it, I'll go to that store. But they're pretty decent about keeping it. Although the last 2 weeks, the store has been completely wiped out because of Snowmageddon 1 and Snowmageddon 2, which was really only Snowmageddon 1. But, everybody was prepared for it. So, they had to wipe out the store of everything. Thankfully, I make my own bread and whatnot. So I didn't have to worry about that. So. And we got we got our roosting poles in today. We're going to be getting some chickens and ducks and some geese a little later on this spring. So we're gathering up some stuff for them. We're going to be ordering a enclosure for them, and when that comes in, we'll have to build it. So maybe we'll do a video on that. The King and I working together to build the animals enclosure. Vanilla for the flavor. The coconut creamer is really good too. Oh, yummy coconut. I like coconut too. Yeah, I think it goes base Walmart to Walmart. And I know like the Lowe's grocery store where I go, one location carries it, another location doesn't in the regular variety, but they have it in the sugar-free variety. My store, the one that I generally go to, was carrying it, but they've suddenly stopped. So I'm gonna ask next time I go in if they would mind getting it in. Um because a lot of times if you talk to the person that is doing the ordering and let them know that there is a want for that product, if they can get it in, they will. I have a couple of things that I get from different stores here locally that weren't available to me locally when I first moved into the area. I had to drive a ways for them. So I just talked to local store owners and said, hey, I want this product. And if you have this product at this store for me, I will come into this store for this product. And while I'm here, I will also pick up other things that I might be needing at that given time. So, it's good for them because it gets you coming into their store and, possibly spending even more money for them with them. Caffeine free. Hmm. Hello, Miss Janice. Use flavored coffee and flavored creamer. I used to do that back in the day. Hello, Miss Diana. I got to see most of your live tonight. I had to duck out right at the closer to the end there because I had to come over here, but I did enjoy seeing what everyone was making. And I sure hope that your little sweetie pie, her teeth come in quickly and she can start feeling better. That teething is no fun for sure. Oh, no worries. You definitely got to get some, got to have that food so you got the energy to chase after them young ones. Good night, Miss Tammy. It was great to see you, sweetheart. But yeah, it's been busy, busy, busy. But I've been having all kinds of fun playing with Penelope. I've been taking her out and playing with her in the yard a little bit. Of course, it's been a little cold and she's definitely enjoys the warmth of the house. Today I put her outside and I had her stay out there for a good little while. And the second I opened that door to let her in, man, she come flying in the house. Oh, yeah, she was not a fan of the snow. She was definitely not understanding what that was. Uh I, I had her on the lead when the snow was falling and I took her out and she was like when before she got onto the snow, she was on the sidewalk that kind of goes from the back of our game room garage door to the back porch, the hidden back porch. She was on there and I went walking out towards the fire pit out into the grass where all the snow was. And man, she was backing up and like, holding herself back and I just finally, come on, Penelopers, and Miss Piggers. If I tell her Miss Piggers, then she just comes a running. But She finally come out on the snow and man, she did it, but she was very, very happy to go back inside. Yeah, she definitely is enjoying the pampered life of being inside. Now she's not going to stay a full-time inside piggy. She will be like an indoor outdoor piggy where she'll get to come in, hang out, maybe chill out on the couch and, snuggle up with mom for a while and then during the daytime when we're busy and whatnot, and I got stuff going on, she can be outside and running around. And we're gonna have her some little friends because we're looking at getting some goats, and like I said, we're gonna get the yard birds. So, um, she'll have some friends out there. And the goats we're either gonna be getting the little tiny the itty bitty fainting goats, which that would be my first choice. Um, but if we can't get them, we will get the Nigerian dwarfs, which are slightly bigger than the fainting goats. And matter of fact, Tyrion, our male that we had a couple years ago, was a Nigerian dwarf, and of course, his offspring Leia was three-quarters Nigerian dwarf because her mother was half and half with something else. And thank you, Miss Diana. Oh my goodness. Well, thank you very much. And well, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. I ain't done that in a while. Ah, yeah, I had started this darn thing earlier, pulled it all back out. I had to restart. So now I'm second guessing myself. How many do I want to start with? I think I probably want to make it real tight on there. I've never actually made the bag holders before, but I've seen the concept, so I know I can design one. So that's what we're going to do the tutorial on. But I'll whip up one tonight and make sure that I've got the numbers that I want, and I'll start recording tomorrow. So hopefully, if all goes well, I'll be able to have that tutorial out to you guys by Wednesday, Thursday at the latest. And thank you very much, Diana. I appreciate you so much, honey. Michelle J. No, I appreciate you being here. And if you're not comfortable being known, by all means, silently lurk. But you're always welcome to pop in and be part of the chat because we'd love to see you and hear what you have to say. But I completely understand, that sometimes we have to do what we have to do, and where our hands can only do so many things at one time, right? Oh, the timer ran out. Yeah, I only usually do an hour because, quite frankly, with my social anxiety, I'm never sure if I can do an hour or if I can make it a little further. Um Was it 10? Let me see. Now look. It was. And I will get Miss Janice wrote down too. Thank you very much, Miss Janice. And you know what? We will pick a house or another what you call drawer. So how about we do Miss Diana D. Pick a number 1 through 31, any number except the number 8. $27. Okay. Oh, pretty, pretty. We have a sun catcher. So we got a great big sparkly jewel at the bottom. And then we have some smaller sparkly jewels in the middle and one up at the top. So that will go in our bag. Here we go. There we go. Put that in there. And now we have 2 prizes in this month's giveaway already. I really enjoy making the sun catchers. I will probably buy some more stuff and make some more up. We only have like 3 or 4 left of the ones that I made before, so I will probably be buying some more of those fairly soon and making them up. Here we go. Yeah, I quite often pick the number 11 because of my birthday too as well, Diana. Good night, Miss Nisi. It was wonderful seeing you. I'm sorry you had a rough day. I'm glad you were able to relax, sweetheart. Well, thank you, Miss Deborah. All right, everybody. I am going to head on out of here and get some crafting done for the night. Said I'm going to work on a project or two, get a couple things worked on, like the numbers on this, and then probably give myself a little break, spend some time playing my new video game, and then I will get started on the tutorial tomorrow. I will see you guys again next week for sure, but hopefully with a couple videos sometime this week. So keep an eye out for those. Until next time, I truly hope that you are crafting your happiness. Bye for now, my friends.